We've been lied to about motivation. For years, we've been told that people work hard only when they're promised money, rewards, or threats. But what happens when those aren't enough? Why do some people work endless hours on a project, even without pay? Why do musicians, athletes, or scientists dedicate their lives to something without any external pressure? There's something much bigger behind human motivation. And the old carrot and stick model is wrong. The wrong motivation model that holds us back. How many times have you heard, if you work hard, you'll get a bonus. If you do well in school, you'll have a great future. If you don't follow the rules, you'll be punished. This system is called Motivation 2.0, and it's so deeply embedded in our society that we take it as a universal truth. The idea is simple: rewards for good behavior, punishments for bad. But the problem is this system only works in certain cases. When someone does mechanical, repetitive work, a financial incentive can motivate them. If you're working in a factory producing as many units as possible, then a bonus per unit pushes you to work faster. But what happens when your work requires thinking, creativity, and innovation? That's where things fall apart. When rewards kill creativity, Daniel Pink presents a shocking experiment. Researchers asked two groups of people to solve a creative puzzle. The first group was told, whoever solves it the fastest will receive a financial reward. The second group was told nothing. Logically, the group with the financial incentive should have performed better, right? Wrong. The group with no financial reward solved it much faster. Why? Because when there's external pressure for money, the brain narrows its focus only on the outcome, not the process, not the thinking. Creativity gets blocked. The motivation of fear and why it fails. The other side of Motivation 2.0 is punishment. If you don't perform well, you're fired. If you don't pass the exam, you fail. If you don't comply, you get punished. But this system doesn't inspire creativity or passion. It only creates fear and stress. Think of a child who draws for fun. If you suddenly tell them, if you don't create something perfect, you won't get dessert, their motivation shifts. They no longer draw because they enjoy it, but because they fear the punishment or crave the reward. The result? Their creativity drops. Why does this matter for our lives? If your job, daily life, and relationships are based on the wrong motivation model, you may feel unfulfilled with what you do, lacking real passion in your work, stressed over rewards or punishments that aren't always in your control. But there's a solution. The world is changing, and so is our understanding of what truly drives us. Motivation comes from within. In the next part, we'll explore the new motivation model and how we can apply it to transform our lives. How real motivation actually works. If rewards and punishments don't work, then what truly drives us? The answer lies in intrinsic motivation, the kind that comes from within us, not from external pressures. Daniel Pink calls this Motivation 3.0, a system built on three fundamental principles. 1. Autonomy. The need to have control over our work and lives. 2. Mastery. The desire to improve and become better at something meaningful. 3. Purpose. The need to contribute to something greater than ourselves. These three elements create a self-sustaining motivation, one that keeps us energized, creative, and fulfilled, regardless of external rewards or fears. Let's explore them in detail. Autonomy, the power of control. Have you ever felt more excited and engaged when working on your own terms rather than following strict instructions? Imagine being told exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Does that sound motivating? Or does it feel suffocating? Pink argues that people perform at their best when they have control over their lives and work. He identifies 4 key areas where autonomy plays a crucial role. What they do, task. When people get to choose what kind of work they do, they feel more engaged and committed. Instead of blindly following orders, they take active participation. When they do it, time. Having flexibility in when they work leads to better performance. Not everyone is productive at the same time of the day. Some people thrive in the morning, others at night. How they do it, technique. When people can decide how to approach their tasks, they become more innovative and efficient. Who they do it with, team. Work is more enjoyable and productive when individuals have some say in who they collaborate with. Autonomy does not mean chaos. It doesn't mean people do whatever they want without any structure. Instead, it means they have the freedom to determine how they will achieve their goals, making them more committed and creative in the process. Autonomy in action. Pink presents real-world examples of companies that embrace autonomy and see remarkable results. Google. Employees at Google are allowed to spend 20% of their time on personal projects they are passionate about. This policy led to some of Google's biggest innovations, including Gmail and Google Maps. 3M, another major company, 3M, implemented a similar strategy, leading to the invention of Post-it notes, which started as a side project by an employee working independently. Spotify. Teams at Spotify enjoy autonomy over their work methods and pace, resulting in faster innovation and higher productivity. But you don't need to work at a multinational corporation to apply autonomy in your life. Imagine how much more motivated you'd be if you could structure your day in a way that works best for you. Instead of following rigid rules, you could create an environment where work becomes a natural extension of your interests. When you have autonomy, you feel like the owner of your work. You're not just working for someone else, you're working for yourself, and that changes everything. We've seen how crucial autonomy is for motivation, but having control over our work and life isn't enough. Autonomy gives us freedom, but what about the desire to become better? In the next section, we'll explore mastery, the natural drive to improve ourselves, and how it forms the second key pillar of Motivation 3.0, the 3 pillars that change our lives. So far, we've seen that the old motivation model doesn't work. Rewards and punishments alone aren't enough to make us give our best. We also explored the first major pillar of Motivation 3.0, autonomy, our need to have control over our lives and work, to decide how, when, and with whom we work. But that's not the only thing that drives us forward. There are 2 more fundamental elements that define human motivation: mastery and purpose. Mastery, our natural drive to get better. Have you ever felt the joy of getting better at something you love? The process of developing new skills, overcoming challenges, and becoming more skilled over time is one of the most fulfilling experiences in life. People don't keep pushing themselves just because someone tells them to. They push because they feel progress, because they see that something that once seemed difficult is now within their reach. That's why a musician spends countless hours practicing a new song. An athlete wakes up every day to train, even without a guaranteed win. A scientist dedicates years to research, even if the results take a long time. They don't do it for the money. They don't do it because of a threat. They do it because they love the process of getting better. Daniel Pink explains that humans have a natural tendency toward mastery. We are never truly satisfied with being stagnant. We want to improve. And here's the key. When you feel that you're making progress, you don't need external rewards. The process itself becomes the reward. Purpose, being part of something bigger. Even if we have autonomy, even if we keep getting better, there's still something missing. The sense that what we do actually matters. Think about it. People who are truly committed to their work don't do it just for the paycheck. They do it because they believe they are making a difference in the world. That's why volunteers work for free in charities. Doctors dedicate their entire lives to saving others. Scientists spend years researching problems with no immediate rewards. Purpose goes beyond personal gain. It makes us feel like we are part of something greater than ourselves. When we know our work has an impact, we don't need external motivation. We feel the drive to keep going on our own. And that is the most powerful motivation of all. Conclusion: true motivation comes from within. If there's one thing you should take away from this video, it's this. Motivation doesn't come from external forces. It's not salaries, bonuses, punishments, or rewards that truly push us forward. Real motivation comes from within. From the freedom to choose our own path, autonomy. From the satisfaction of continuous growth, mastery. From the need to make an impact in the world, purpose. If you learn how to activate these 3 elements, you won't need anyone to push you. You will have your own driving force. The world still operates on flawed motivation models, but you don't have to. Apply these principles in your life. Ask yourself, do I have autonomy in what I do? Am I improving or just staying the same? Does my work have meaning and purpose? Once you find the answers to these questions, motivation will never be a problem again. And who knows, maybe you'll be the person who inspires others to find their own real motivation.